Back. We are back and we are live. We are back and we are live. Let me get this link so everybody has it. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna share it here. Appreciated all the love and support that we get all the time. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. Boom. Awesome. Alright. Give everybody a chance to follow in and get in here and what have you. Let's check out the chat and make sure we got everybody here. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna go drop it on Twitter really fast. I just want to try and let everybody funnel in because it looked like we had 10-12 people here when I went off a second ago, so I want to try and let everybody get a chance to get back in. Alright, there's that. Alright, tweet's been posted. We are out here. We are live. Haha. Alright. Looks like we're good. Looks like we are good. Alright, real quick. Here's what I want to address. If you are a part of the roster, I want you to pay attention. I want you to understand something. I'm not saying anything I'm about to say to make anybody mad. I'm not saying anything I'm about to say to piss anybody off. I'm not saying anything I'm about to say to get anybody off and any kind of negatives. When it comes to international championship wrestling, okay, if you go here to my universe and go to shows, you will see we have 3 shows. I still got to add this. That's hilarious. I'm down 2 of them since we added them. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. When it comes to that show right there, lit up in red, Warzone, I personally am the one who creates the angles, the storylines, anything you can think of, I come up with, it goes through me. With the help, of course, of all of you who are a part of the roster. You feed me ideas, you feed me your own storyline, things you might want to see in there, any suggestions you may have. That's pretty awesome. Going to the one in the middle, as you see, it says Storm. Ed Ritter, who's in the chat room, everything I said about myself with Warzone, he's that guy for Storm. You want something to go through Storm, you gotta talk to Ed, not me. I have nothing to do with anything that is Storm other than when Ed submits his card, I do the show, I call his matches. Everything goes through him. So if you have ideas, that's that. When it comes to Ladies Night, I'm not going to lie. Ladies Night currently is limited. It's very limited to what we're doing on that right now. But that being said, we're trying to build that up. Me nor Ed really control Ladies Night just yet. It's out there. It's in the... And you never know. There might be one of you in the chat room right now. I might be saying, hey, you run Ladies Night. Why don't you take it over? Why don't you run Ladies Night and see what somebody has to say? It's always a possibility. Now, that being said, listen to what I just said. That's who runs it with, quote-unquote, the suggestions. This is something I'm running into a problem. I have not opened any messages on Skype this week at all. At all. And here's why. I have my messages set up to where they get sent to me. If somebody messages me right now, I can tell you what you said without actually opening up the window because I get the alert sent to my phone and I can read it at the top of my... So that being said, I have one person that sent me 2 messages. One person that sent me a message. That's 3. Another person sent me 3 messages. That's 6. Here's somebody who has sent me 5 messages. Here's somebody who has sent me 12 messages. Here's another one who has sent me 2. Another one who has sent me 4. And this one has sent me 7. I've gotten all these messages from the last show that we ran until now. And I was just receiving some as I was talking. Now, that being said, let me go here and look. When was the last show that we did? The last show was run 5 days ago. So in 5 days, I got that many messages. I don't even know how many that is without adding it up. Every single one of those messages that came across the top of my phone, I read it, involved 90% of them was, did you get my idea about this? Did you get my idea about that? When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? When will this take place? So-and-so wants to know when me and him are this. So-and-so wants to know this. And then that person wants to know that. Guys, I just want to say this. I love the enthusiasm. I love the excitement. And I appreciate the ideas, the suggestions. But remember, that's all they are. Ideas and suggestions, unless I bring them onto the screen. Until you see it on the screen, don't assume it's going to happen. And I don't say that to be mean. I don't say that to be a jerk. Because, like right here, look. I'm moving my phone out of the way. You hear this? That's my pen. Now listen. You hear the papers? I have 4 notebooks. And there goes my phone from another message. Somebody just messaged me as we speak on Skype. Alright. I have 4 notebooks in front of me. 1 notebook is dedicated to Warzone. 1 notebook is dedicated to Storm. 1 notebook is dedicated to Ladies Night. The other notebook is dedicated to you guys. And when I say you guys, it's the stuff you guys come up with. Your ideas, your thoughts, your this, your that. And I had that notebook divided perfectly in half. So the front half is Warzone, the back half is Storm, depending on where the ideas come from. So I have them. Now, I'm not going to throw any names out because that's not nice. There's a gentleman who joined the roster, came in off the suggestion of somebody else, with the desired thought of them two having a program together. I am all. I 100% support that. But said person and said character needs to develop first before they just get thrown into something with somebody who's already established. I just can't. Okay, I can't, and guys, you know, if you hate me for it, well, then you can hate me for it. Like, I'm going to go over here to the roster right now and say, let's take a look at this guy. Thomas O'Sullivan is taking on Rick Blanchard. Rick Blanchard is still new. He's still new. He's still developing. He's still becoming a name, if you will, on Storm. He's still developing into something that you guys will know who he is. Some of you are already a big fan. But his record's just 4-1. He's just 4-1. Okay? The champion, for God's sakes, has had 24 matches. Our global champion has had 24 matches. This guy's only had 5. He's going to defend the title at the pay-per-view against a guy who's had 1. Because he fell in place to get that title shot due to our system. Ed has the TV, I have the internet. The number 1 contenders always get the shot. This is a chance for a guy like Thomas O'Sullivan to automatically make a name for himself by winning the TV title against a guy some of you are already starting to like, and he's new himself. But I can't take a guy like O'Sullivan, or Ed can't take a guy like O'Sullivan and say, okay, you've had 1 match, kid, you're in the TV ranking, and tomorrow you're going to take on Royal Powerhouse, who's in the global rankings. That makes no sense whatsoever, in my opinion. Ed might think, hey, it makes sense to me, but I'm saying for me it makes no sense. But normally Ed and I are on the same page with these things. Now, you do in the realm of real wrestling, when guys would jump ship and go promotion to promotion because they're already established names and everybody watches all the wrestling. Here on the digital wrestling, you don't see that. This call wrestling, you don't see that. Guys have some things that they're loyal to and then they're not. There's some of you right now sitting in this chat room that when I'm live and another company goes live, you'll watch them before you watch me, and that's absolutely okay. I'm put on DVR, if you will, and again, that's cool. But 95% of you who are watching this show don't that other show the other guy's going to. And I could have a guy on the roster, like I'm looking through the roster, like Joker Nixon Wolf. He just joined us. I know nothing about him. But he could been the Hulk Hogan, if you will, in another company before he ever came to us. But when he comes here, he's nothing more than Barry Horowitz until he proves himself. These are the things I'm trying to say when it comes to guys. You don't have to message me every 10 seconds about the same thing. I actually have Warzone booked until August. Till August. Now, of course, that depends on who wins and or loses. So if so-and-so wins a match or so-and-so loses a match, throw a major freaking monkey wrench into my plans, and that's where I get to test myself. How can you, as the promoter of this company, adjust to that monkey wrench thrown into this guy winning and or losing? How can you do it? Like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I had no thoughts whatsoever that TNT was going to be able to defeat Michael Carter for the world title. I had every intention for Beach Brawl to be Michael Carter versus Butcher Bloodlust one more time for the title. But TNT say, fatty, I'm going to win that title and fuck off. And we're going to do something else. That's why I had to find a new number one contender for the pay-per-view, because I still wanted Carter and Bloodlust. They had to go at it one more time. They had to do it one more time. Cool deal. I'll simulate the week then here in a second, CJ. I think you guys understand that. You get that. I'm not the greatest at creating angles and storylines for everybody and putting everybody in something. I try. Ed tries. I know you guys try. And this is why I said I want a storyline committee. What's going on, BB? I want 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 165 people. I don't care how many we can get that can literally come together. I want to create my own little chat with just you guys and say, hey, what are we thinking? What should we come up with this week? What should we come up with for the next show? What should we? Okay? But to anyone that's on the roster, if you are begging to be a part of a storyline with a certain guy, trust me, I'm all for giving it to you. Just let it take its course. Don't continue to ask me, is it going to be next week? Is it going to be this week? Will it be in 3 weeks? Will it be in the third show? Is it this? Is it that? Shut the fuck up! Sorry, I'm yelling. Just stop it. Take a breath. Let me take a breath. Let's enjoy the action we have now. Let's enjoy the storylines that we have now. I love what you just said there, Kyle. It's absolutely perfect. And let it take its place. I already have storylines wrote out for some of you guys who've been begging me for stuff to take place. And just give me time. Give Ed time. We'll make them happen. Trust me. We're going to make them happen. It's just a matter of when. There is not one suggestion I've gotten that I've read. Now, remember, that's prior to this week, and I've read all those messages. I need to read all. But anything prior that was sent to me as of 5 days ago, there wasn't one thing I read where I was like, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. Now I'm like, this is cool. I like it. Let's do it. I'm digging it. Ed's been doing the same thing with his stuff. He's liking it. He's digging it. Let's do it. We're all about it. We just got to let things take their course. We can't just throw one angle out the window because somebody else wants to do something. So if Wrestler A is doing something with Wrestler B, but then Wrestler E wants to bring in Wrestler C, Wrestler A and C ain't, boom, instantly into a storyline because they know each other and want to do it together. You got to get through Wrestler B first. Yes, and for the love of everything holy, stop asking for a title shot. I don't know how Ed's going to address it for Storm, but I know for Warzone, if anyone on the Warzone roster messages me or says it in the chat, when's my title shot? I get a title shot, you can guarantee it won't be for at least 30 days of that comment. Because I'll suspend your opportunity at any title shot for at least 30 days. You have to earn them. You have to earn them. And for Warzone, I think Ed's going to echo what I'm about to say, and if he echoes it, he'll put it in the chat. 1. For the Internet Championship, currently held by Lucius West. If you want a shot at the Internet title, all you got to do is become the number one contender for that title based off points. Based off points. That's it. Nobody earns it really for winning the match against this guy or that guy. It's all based off the point system for that belt, because that belt is defended on every single Warzone show. That same situation is exactly the way Ed does the television championship on Storm. They have the exact same rules. When it comes to a United States title shot or a world title shot on Warzone, You win those matches by winning number one contenders matches. How do you get in those number one contenders matches? By winning matches and earning enough points to be deemed a contender. How do you win points? Winning matches. Also, guys, I've already said this 1,000 times, and I don't get hardly anything for them. So if you got the time, send them. You get 3 points for any promo you send me. You can do it several ways. You record yourself and send me the message on Skype. Record yourself and send me the message on Facebook. Those are 2 options. But that still counts as option 1. Option number 2, I could always call you on the telephone and put the telephone on the microphone and make sure you guys can hear. Now, big glitch. I'm not sure if I can do that right now, considering my house phone doesn't have a speaker at the moment, which kind of sucks. And I don't have minutes on a cell phone because as a father and a family man, I'd rather pay for food and bills than a cell phone. And option number 3, you can send me a promo, if you will, in text form, in a message on Skype, on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever, and then I'll read it on the air. I'll try my best to act like your character. If you want it to be snide or cocky or distant, however you want it may be, put in little things in there, a few bulletins, bullet points for me, and I'll know how to talk. The best that I can. We've got 15 people listening to this. Holy shit, love you guys. So I'm just saying, you earn points with that every single show. Like, take Storm. Rick Blanchard has cut a promo for Storm a week since he's joined. That's what helped him earn enough points to become the contender. Now he's got the belt. Now he's got, and I'm just want to look right here. Let me see if I'm crazy. Speaking of Blanchard, like I said, he's been taking advantage of the points. He has 37 points. If he loses that belt, he'll lose 5 points for losing the belt and then 5 points for the match, at least a minimum. It would automatically make him the number 3 contender to the International Championship once he loses it, if he lost it right this second. At minimum. Think about it, guys. Points add up. Powerhouse was a guy who used to take advantage of these points on the regular. If you guys remember how he used to cut promos all the time. That's why I do Rumbles. Like I said, this Rumble, you get 3 points for everybody you eliminate. So if you eliminate 6 guys, you get 18 points just off eliminations. You might not even need to win the match to earn enough points to get the next opportunity somewhere. This is all about activity as well. You do not, and I repeat, do not have to come to the shows when they are live. It's not required. Some companies, some channels say, you got to be at the live show. If you're not here, I'll take you up to us. No, I'm not like that. You have a life. I've said it, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Leave a freaking comment every time you watch a show, whether it's live or on delay. From on, I'm going to do this temporarily. Leave a comment that's worthy. Not, hey, what's up? Like, blah, 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 something simple. No, I want you to discuss something in a comment about the show. Because I know there's some people, and I know they do it. They'll come on, they'll hit play, they'll leave a comment, they'll leave. They never will watch the show. I want you to talk to me about something that took place during the show in a comment. And from now until I say differently, every comment will score you a point for the rankings. So if we run 10 shows and you leave a comment for all 10 shows, you just earned 10 points. That could be very huge for you and your character. That'll be a very huge for you and your character. Now, when you cut promos and you want me to read them over the air, make sure you make that perfectly clear at the very beginning of your comment. This is a promo for the show. Then leave your comment. You don't have to word it exactly that way, but let me know that these are this is a promo for the show. Get me the promos as soon as possible when you know we're going to be doing a show that week. So if I ran a Storm show right now, chances are me running another Storm show ain't going to be for like a week. 5 days, at least. So send me a promo right away so I can shoot the message to Ed. Hey, so-and-so cut this promo. Maybe you want to feed off of it for the show, or maybe you don't. But it's here, so you have it. And then Ed, of course, is going to have to agree to. Now, if you cut a promo and it don't get used, you're still going to get credit for it. Because not all promos are going to I'm going to be honest, because it just might not fit what we're doing. But you're going to get the points because you made the effort. You're going to get full points just because, you deserve it. So how many points do you have, Broski? You guys can go to icwzone.weebly.com for all the points. So you know, that's where everything is. But if you give me 1 second, I don't mind sharing the information. I'm going to drop the link, though, in the chat room real quick for everybody. So you can have it and save it and you bookmark it. Like me, when I get on my computer, it's my homepage. I go to it right away. That's what I'm always at. Alright, pasting it. Boom. There you go. That's the website for all things ICW. When you go to that page, what you see is the following when you're there. If you're on your phone or your computer, there's 3 lines. I love when my controller disconnects. When you're on your phone, you hit the 3 lines in the top left-hand corner. It gives you all the search bar. You got the join an application. You got the how to get a hold of me on Skype. Then it's the Warzone rankings, the Storm rankings, the women's rankings, and the title history. So since Broski asked, Broski, you are currently sitting with a record of 1-2 and 4 points. Ranked number 3 for the television championship. For those of you unaware of how the point system works, every win is 5 points. Every loss is -5 points. So when you have a match and you lose, that person who just beat you gained 10 points. Because he gets his 5, lose your 5. That's a 10-point gap right from the door. The top tier title, when you win it, it's 30 points. The second tier title is 20 points. The third tier title is 10 points. When you lose the title, you lose half the points of its value. So right now, Rick Blanchard's the TV champion. He got 10 points. When he loses that title, he'll lose 5 points for losing the belt. Grayson Taylor's the international champion. He'll lose 10 points for losing that belt. K-Wolf's the global champion. He'll lose 15 points when he loses that belt. And that's how that works. When we do rumbles, there's always point stipulations that get thrown in. Things are different. Things are crazy. We have a pay-per-view that's going to be coming up here in the next couple of months. That's going to be kind of a poker-esque, a gambling-esque, a lottery-esque deal where points are going to be on the line in that whole show. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be a way of shaking up the rankings big time. Now, someone did make this mention to me, and I want you guys to all listen to this mention very, very carefully. And please think about this and send me your thoughts on this honestly. Someone made it a statement, maybe our rankings should be quote-unquote in seasons, if you will. Like 3 months, 3 months, and 3 months, and then another 3 months. So you break the year into 4 quarters. So you get 3 months, 3 months, and every 3 months the points recycle back to 0. This way, a guy like Devin Broski, who's around, he's active, he's highly involved, he's very dedicated, he's only got 4 points. Okay? Think about this. He's only got 4 points. If he wants to eventually earn a shot at the world title, he's got to get all the way up to where Kyle Young is, 6 points. He's got to earn 72 points to pass him. Okay? He'll tie him is what it should be said. 72 points. Think about that. That's 5 points a win. So what is that? 10 wins is 50 points? That's a lot of wins, especially if you're only getting 1 match a week. That's 10 weeks, and you got to win 10 straight to get just 50 points. That's not fair. That's why I offer points for promos. That's why I offer points now for comments. This way it's easier for these lower guys to catch up, even though the guys that are currently ahead of them can do the same thing. So my question to you is, think about it. Do we do enough for the lower guys, the newcomers, to climb faster and to have the opportunity to get points? Take, for example, my Rumble I'm doing. 3 points for every elimination, 2 points per where you get eliminated. So the first guy's 2, then 4, then 6, all the way up to the winner getting 20 points. It's in my way of shaking up the points fast and quick and easy. Or should we recycle? I want you guys to kind of submit those questions, or that question answered to me if you can, right away. Can you form a tag team in a promo? Yes, you can form a tag team in a promo, Alex. Those things can and possibly will happen. We've split tag teams up in promos. But yeah, I want you guys to think about that honestly, and then let me know privately what you think about those ideas. Because if guys really can tell me, hey, we should recycle them and go back to zero, and can sell me on it, I'm all for it. I'm willing to do that. If Ed wants to do it, that's on him. You may see Warzone go back to zero every, say, 3 months, and Storm say, nah, we're good. We could both do it. Neither one of us will do it. You never know. I'm down for whatever works best for the company, and if you guys can sell me on one way or the other, I'm going to do it. I just want to make this company the best it is. Here's what I want to do. When you guys sit behind your computer, your tablet, your laptop, your cell phone, and you get that alert in the top of the screen, doo-doo, whatever sound you have, and you see it's a YouTube video, I want you to say, God, I hope it's ICW that's live. I'm so excited for ICW. That's the thing you want to see the most when it goes off. I don't want you to go, oh, maybe it's not ICW, maybe it's whatever the fuck the other company that you watch. I want you to think, when it comes to this call wrestling, I want you to think ICW first. We want to be the pinnacle for every one of you. We want to be that apex. We want to be your WWE of call wrestling, if you will, the top of the line. That's what we want, although I don't agree that WWE is the top of the line. I think they're shit burgers. But you get my point. But that being said, I don't want to take up any more of y'all's time. I've been talking here, shit, I don't know how long. So, by all means, almost like a half hour or something. Think about the things I said. And remember, shoot promos to me as fast and as quickly as you can. And we can get you added to those promos. That was an easy way to score points. So again, tomorrow, it'll be Warzone. I'm going live at either 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And early in the morning, roughly 8 or 9 o'clock, unfortunately, Ladies' Night will have to go live then. And then Thursday will be Storm. I wanted to do the shows back-to-back, but it just didn't happen. I will have details for the pay-per-view of June during Storm. So Thursday, I'll announce the pay-per-view for Storm. I'll show you guys the arena and what it's going to be. So until tomorrow, have fun, stay safe. Let your friends know we're going live tomorrow. Okay? We're going live tomorrow. We're going to have on Memorial Day, when everybody's cooped up for the most part, and you can't go outside, you can't have a life. So you can sit down at your computer, your laptop, whatever you have, take a bite out of whatever you're eating for lunch, and watch Beach Brawl. Watch Beach Brawl from Ladies' Night, and then on Thursday, get your dessert with Storm. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to be a part of the roster, leave a comment with your hashtag. Now I'm about ready to go to get Taker of Your Souls and see what I can find and get him added to the roster. Y'all be safe. Take care. Love y'all. I'm out of here. Later.